How you doing, everybody? I'm Daryle, the Bearded Dragon with dadsanddragons.com, and welcome to episode number 4 of The Hoard. This is my partner, Nathan. Nathan, why don't you tell the folks at home why you're wearing a dress?
Well, you see, Daryle, we've taken the advice of some of our viewers, and we decided to take this whole thing in an entirely new direction. So this is just the start.
I see. That works very well. What Nathan's talking about is basically last week we promised that the Hoard was going to be shorter, and when all was said and done, it was not a heck of a lot shorter. It was only like 5 minutes, I think, shorter than the previous episode, so we're going to do better this time. We got a timer somewhere telling us how much time we have. We're trying to cut everything down to 15 minutes, and what that actually means, first of all, you see me looking down here, that's because I can't read the teleprompter without my seeing glasses on.
Bifocals.
Bifocals, because I'm an old man, so I've got my phone here with my notes on it, so I'm just going to be looking down every once in a while. I'll try to keep it to a minimum, all right? But anyways, point being, rather than put all of these packages into the show, which means, of course, you're not going to hear Nathan's wonderful packages jokes anymore. We're not going to put those in anymore. Instead, we'll just link to different videos we have at the end of the episode, and you can go watch those when and if you want to. This will just be us talking about whatever the heck we want, right?
Yep, and I'm probably going to start adding, videos of kittens, puppies, all those sorts of things at the end of these videos too.
Well, he might do that. I don't know. He's not going to do that today, though. But yeah, so basically the Hoard's going to be us talking about stuff that we find interesting throughout the week, any news item that we find interesting, largely going to revolve around virtual reality, video games, tech, other things like that. But sometimes there'll be funny stuff, sometimes there'll be other stuff that we want to talk about. We don't know because, it's going to be a play it by ear sort of thing. So that's basically the way the Hoard is going. You can let us know in the comments what you think about that. Like it, dislike it, whatever. Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Give us a like, whether you liked it or not, just because that's good. That's just
I think that's appropriate.
Behavior. I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Right? But in the comments, if you're like, wait, I liked it better when you forced us to watch you play 3D platformers for like 45 minutes, then just let us know. And
yeah, write that in the comment.
We can work something out.
If you want to see Daryle wear something else, like maybe he could wear weird clothing.
It's been suggested that I could wear. That's actually why I wear the glasses, because somebody said I should do something, and this is what I had. So this is what I do. But if you want me to wear a kimono, I could get a kimono, but it doesn't work because he's the kimono dragon. I'm the bearded dragon, but I might be getting rid of this too. So, because I find it terribly uncomfortable. I'm doing that shifty thing again. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stay perfectly still.
Stop it.
All right. So moving on. Technology. What do we got here? HTC. We just ordered an HTC Vive, didn't we?
Yeah, and my credit card company abruptly canceled my credit card and said, "Whoa, what are you doing buying this weird stuff?"
Yeah, they had no problem with us buying an Oculus Rift, but when we bought an HTC Vive, card canceled, order put on hold, all kinds of shenanigans, and you know what that is?
I think that's HTC may need to investigate maybe the visas in somebody's pocket. That's all I'm saying. And I think they're going to immediately impeach Visa.
What I was going to say is that this sounds more like walled garden, like Oculus. It's they're like
right.
If you've bought an Oculus Rift, you are not allowed to buy any other VR headsets. That's what I think's going on.
It's that walled garden thing again.
Yeah, there it is. Walled garden.
Wow.
So there it is. No, that's not actually it at all. It was just mysterious. So anyways, it's on hold. It's coming.
But they're selling something, aren't they? HTC?
They are. They are selling their Shanghai factory where they made cell phones.
Really?
Yes, they're actually not doing so
How much?
well.
How much are they selling it for?
91 million, I believe. 91? Yes, 91 million.
I don't think I have that.
I don't have it either. Surprisingly enough, we don't have $91 million, and that's because you're not liking or subscribing to our videos.
And if 91 million people subscribe to this show and give us $1 each, we will buy that factory in Shanghai.
Don't know what we'll do with it, but there it is. I can't think of a better use for $91 million than
I can't.
You can't?
I cannot.
Oh, okay. Neither can I, that's what I said. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyways, the sale of the Shanghai factory is basically because they're in a bit of financial difficulty. Even though they are at the top of the VR game, surprisingly enough, that isn't raking in the cash for them quite yet.
So what are they going to do with the money?
They're taking it and they're going to funnel it into the VR. Most of it. Some of it I'm sure is going to go somewhere else. But it says largely they're going to be funneling that into the VR section of their business.
So if we can't get 91 people or 91 million people to give us $1 each,
Or
then
91 people to give us $1 million each.
that'll work too.
Okay.
I'll accept that as well. But if there's only one person, $91 million, and they don't want to give it to us, what they could do is buy that factory,
And give us the factory.
and that will give HTC a bunch of money, which will make the Vive that we just bought even better.
I don't think it will.
No?
No.
They won't. What are they going to do with it?
Well,
They're just going to spend it on marketing, or are they going to develop the product that we just bought?
they might make other people's Vives who haven't purchased a Vive yet better, but ours will be here already. They're
Then
not
why
gonna
did we
come
buy it
and-
now?
Well, we just found out about this, didn't we?
HTC.
HTC, they get you at every turn. Anyways,
Right.
moving on. Avegant.
Avegant.
We're going to try to get a YouTube video to play. I don't know if it's going to. If not, that's fine. We've been having nothing but technical difficulties, so don't worry about it. It is on YouTube. You can look it up. Avegant, light field technology. You can find it.
Yep.
That's where it is.
So we're bringing up the video now?
If it's
we're
there,
talking over it,
if
right?
it's there it is. There it
Perfect.
is.
So we're talking over this guy?
We're talking over this guy. You
Okay,
should not be able to
so
hear
he
him.
is saying, I am creating a device that will totally revolutionize the entire world. It is a VR headset where you can have safe sexual intercourse with your mind.
That's
just
not-
like on Demolition Man.
Demolition Man, no, but that's not what he's saying at all.
Oh.
What he's explaining, and you can see it in the palm of his hand there, is light field technology. So Avegant is known for their thing called the Glyph, which looks like a pair of headphones, but you flip down the headband and it shoots laser beams into your eyeballs and makes a display right there on the back of your retina.
Wait, sorry, it shoots lasers into your eyes?
And makes a display on the back of your retina.
It shoots your
Or
eyes
on
with
the front of
lasers.
your retina. It shoots your eyes with light beams. It shoots light beams into your eyeballs, and it gives you like this really crisp, big screen TV.
How is that good for your
floating
eyes?
Right there. Well, I mean,
Have they
that's
tested
what your,
this?
that's what your eyes do, is absorb light, right? So it
Okay,
just
who's this guy? I want to ask him if he's tested this,
that
this
is,
product.
I believe, the head of Avegant. And yes, he's tested the product and they put it through the
On
paces.
himself?
But anyways, now they're moving from the Glyph. Well, they're probably still making the Glyph, but they're also working on mixed reality, okay? So mixed reality is kind of like the...
Augmented reality? Or?
Augmented reality, yes.
Okay.
Augmented reality, mixed reality, same sort of idea.
All right.
But what they're working on, and they've got this thing, and I've tried to figure it out. I am not super into the AR, so if I explain this poorly, I apologize.
You don't know something about VR?
AR. Anyways,
Totally
the idea
different.
is basically this.
Totally
you put
different.
so if you have AR and you cast something onto your hand, right, and you stare at it, the background's all fuzzy, but that is in focus. But then you can change, without moving your head, you can change your focus to the table, and your hand will get fuzzy. But because of the way AR is done right now, all the light is coming at you from the same angle at the same focal distance. So it doesn't really fade the same way that your hand does, and that sort of takes the illusion away. But what they've done is they've come up with this thing called light field technology, and it allows for multiple focal planes to be displayed simultaneously, so that when you focus on something in the distance, you're actually seeing something as if it comes from that distance. So the light comes at you at a different angle, I believe, right? So it just makes it all a bit more realistic. And I've sort of thought about the idea that perhaps maybe this is why I don't, even though I'm definitely afraid of heights in real life, I don't have any fear of heights at all in virtual reality. And I wonder if it isn't because, like, I stand up there and I'm like, something's not right about this. Like, it's 3D, I can see the distance and stuff, but there's something not right. I don't feel like I'm really high up. And I often, now that I've read this and I've heard the explanation, I'm wondering if maybe this could help with that, right? Because
Right now, I'm kind of curious as to whether or not the viewers get that experience of fear of heights well in VR.
yeah, I don't know. You could let us know in the comments if you wanted to.
I do.
If you've tried VR, you do?
I do.
That's so weird. I don't at all.
Not at all times. Like in a VR game, say at a height that would probably normally freak me out, I'm okay. But like insane heights, or what's that game? It's on Gear VR. It's you open the door and then you're on this building and there's a giant robot coming.
Oh, that's Face Your Fears.
Face Your Fears. So in Face Your Fears, that one with the giant robot, I actually did get like a little bit of that, like a vertigo of being really high up.
That reminds me, I have a new Face Your Fears one that I want to put you in, and I'd like to record it and show these people next week.
Oh, perfect. I'm sure
can
that
we
I
do
will
that?
not embarrass myself at all.
Yeah. Okay,
All right, great.
good. Now that he's committed to it on camera, that's great. Anyways,
Yep.
so I'm hoping that happens. I don't get that at all. The weird thing is sometimes I play like Minecraft, and you can actually take the 3D off of Minecraft, and I get it a little bit if I turn Minecraft into 2D. And I remember posting on Reddit one time that happened to me, and everybody acted like I was so crazy. But I don't know. That's just the way it works for me.
Hey,
So,
speaking of Reddit,
sorry, my phone's going crazy. What about Reddit?
you know people are always playing charades on Reddit.
No,
What am I doing right now?
I think you're playing the air guitar.
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
Why would I be doing that?
Well, that's probably because Rock Band 4 is now out on the
Booyah!
Oculus Rift.
And we're never gonna play it because where on earth are we gonna get an Xbox One controller?
Or a PS4 controller, or even a PS3 controller for Rock Band 4. It doesn't really matter, but I can't find one anywhere. I've searched. Before I was talking about how it's a good thing that we live in a small town because I was able to get myself a Nintendo Switch without pre-ordering. Well, it's also bad because I can't get a Rock Band controller. There's nowhere in town that has one. I've been asking everywhere, putting it up on Facebook and the various local classifieds groups. Like, I need this controller so that I can play this game and write a review for it, but now it doesn't even really matter because everybody's already got the reviews up, and probably everyone who's
So
going to
you hear that, Oculus? If you want Dads and Dragons to review your product, you're gonna have to send us a controller.
That's
because
right.
come on, guys, why on earth didn't you make a controller for this game?
Yeah, and that is a little bit. I had heard a rumor that there was actually going to be a boxed version of the game, but I can't find anything about that anywhere. I just went on, right before coming on here, I went on the Oculus site just to make sure that you couldn't just order the controller from them. And as far as I can tell, you cannot. So you have to already have the controller or know where to get one.
I think there's a very obvious explanation.
What's that?
They hate money.
Yes. If there's one thing that Oculus is constantly accused of, it's hating money. Right? So
Well, I just accused them, so.
you did just accuse them. Rock Band on the Oculus Rift costs $57.99 here in Canada. Plus, if you don't have
It's like $2 American for Americans out there.
Yes, that's about $2 American. No, but if you don't have the controller, it's significantly more than that based on what I can find. If you know where to get a controller for less, please tell me. But every controller I found was like, I think the cheapest controller I found was $120, and they went up as high as $250.
I saw someone selling a picture of a guitar, and in the small print it said, "This is only a picture of the Rock Band guitar. This is not a real guitar." $200, and I was like,
Wow.
"What?"
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So remember to read the fine print, everybody.
Yes, read the fine print on everything. Okay. Next piece of gaming business.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
We've been waiting a long time for this. Some of us have been waiting a very, 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 very long time. I feel like Clinton was in office when I pre-registered for Super Mario Run.
Oh,
on
Super
my
Mario,
phone.
not Sonic.
Super Mario, not
Okay.
Sonic. For Super Mario Run, there it is up there, okay? There was a pre-register button. I'm like, right on. That means it's probably coming like next week or something.
It's coming
And
next
I
week.
clicked that pre-register button and I waited. And I waited and I waited.
How long
and
did
I
you wait?
waited.
Tell us another story,
I have
Grandpa.
no flipping idea how long I waited, but it was a long damn time. And honestly, by the time they announced the date it was coming out, I was like, I don't even care anymore. But I have a 3-year-old who might care still, and
He's
it's
pretty.
free.
He's pretty Super Mario obsessed.
He is kind of pretty Super Mario obsessed, isn't he? He has like 500 dolls, and he takes them everywhere with him. We actually have to take a basket of his Mario dolls with him to daycare. So you could say he's a Mario fan. Anyway, so I downloaded it just to check it out for him. It's pretty cool. They give you the first world for free. And yeah, it's basically running and jumping. And it's kind of weird because like...
Wait, you run and jump?
You run and jump.
Wait, can you hit bricks with your head?
You can hit bricks with your head.
Are there mushrooms?
There are mushrooms.
Doesn't sound like any other Super Mario game that's ever been.
Here's the difference though. If you run into a Goomba, you just leap over it.
What?
It doesn't kill you. If you try to jump up and like if they're above you and you jump up and hit them, then you can shrink and then you can fall down holes. But it seems like it's going to be kind of difficult to die in this game, at least in the early levels. I suppose in the later levels it might get more difficult. But anyways, there's this other game too called what's it called? Toad. It's not Toad Rush. It's Toad.
Toad Island.
Toad Relay. Toad Relay, and you run through the level and you're trying to collect coins, and basically the more stylish you run through, the more toads show up to clap for you, right? And then at the end, whoever wins, who collected the most coins and gets the bonus points from the toads clapping for them, whoever has the most toads wins. And then those toads go off and they join your kingdom, and it seems not unlike the American leadership selection program where the person who puts on the best show gets the job.
Yeah, most claps wins.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's totally like it.
Yeah.
Which also reminds me, speaking of nobility and like leadership, I want to talk a little bit about Bill Nye.
Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Yeah, Bill Nye the Science Guy. We got a picture of him. I think you chose it.
There he is.
It was an excellent picture.
That's him there.
Yeah, so you stumbled across a 1-year-old video on
Somebody
YouTube.
posted it on my Facebook today, and I saw it, and I thought, this is really going to rile Nathan up, so...
And it did. It did. Okay, so basically this video is Bill Nye, and he's...
No. The claim is Star Wars versus Star Trek, Bill Nye settles it.
Yeah, Bill Nye settles it. Which we, with very little research, Daryle discovered he actually just basically completely ripped off Neil deGrasse Tyson.
And by very little research, he means I watched a video of Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they're basically the same argument. So I just said that Bill Nye ripped him off. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Bill Nye, and he makes sort of 3 major points against Star Wars, and I'm just going to quickly rip those apart. And then end this with a challenge to Bill Nye.
Himself.
To Bill Nye himself. And if he's too scared, you know what, Neil? I'll take you on too. I'll take you out like Pluto.
Yeah.
All
Your
right?
ass is to grass.
Your ass is to grass. That's right. So, argument number 1. Too much magic in Star Wars. Well, you know what? I have one argument that just rips that apart. Everyone who's ever watched Star Trek knows Q. Like, come on. I'm this totally like omnipresent being that creates things and does things and can totally manipulate reality at will. If that's not magic, I don't know what is.
Sounds like science to me.
Well, maybe according to Clark's Law.
Yes, Clark's Law. Yes.
Yeah, he's just so sophisticated. All right. The next problem he had was all the family conflicts in Star Wars. Oh, Star Wars has too many family conflicts. Luke and Leia and blah, 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 and Darth Vader. Well, you know what? Let's talk about Captain Kirk's daddy issues. Let's talk about Spock's mummy and daddy issues, right? Or his mummy issues specifically. And last, let's talk about like the whole, like, what's his name? The young, totally losing it. He's on Big Bang Theory.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton, right? Will Wheaton's character and that whole like family drama and like the blah, blah, blah. And that was so annoying. It was like teen
blah, blah,
angst.
blah. Did you hear that, Bill Nye? The blah,
The
blah,
blah, blah, blah. But you know what I'm talking about, and you're scared now. I can see it.
That's right.
And then,
It's in that picture we put up there.
all right. And then his other thing he talks about is like this whole nobility and how it's too much like Shakespeare. Well, you know what? There's Captain Kirk, who's basically a Starfleet captain only because his dad's a Starfleet captain.
Right. So there's your
Spock's
nobility.
related to the royal line of Vulcans.
Well, let's not also forget that Captain James T. Kirk, before he was on Star Trek, where was he?
Oh yeah, he was at the Shakespeare Festival
Right.
as
in
a
Stratford,
Shakespearean
in
actor.
Stratford,
My friends,
the hometown of Justin Bieber. Checkmate.
Justin
Bill Nye, the
Bieber,
science
my
guy.
friend Justin Bieber. And lastly, there's a whole episode in Star Trek which is called Conscience of the King, which is an actor, like a Shakespearean actor, who is a king. Like, come on, Bill Nye, do your research.
What is going on? This is important stuff.
Okay.
We're not talking about climate change here.
No, we're not talking about climate change. This is Star Wars versus Star Trek. Like, get it together.
Holy smackers here.
Okay, and then he goes on to say that like Star Trek represents this, what's he say? He says optimistic, this future.
je ne sais quoi.
The je ne sais quoi. Optimistic future of humanity, which it really, if you think about it, like Star Trek, when you, like as far as its view of humanity is concerned, is like this utopian nonsense, right? Like
no money. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure that's
nonsense,
one of the
no
things,
money, yeah, for sure. Absolutely, that's probably what it means.
Well, no, but I mean that they actually live in a place without money.
Do they?
I'm pretty sure I saw that in the one Star Trek movie that I watched.
Okay, if that's true, like, come on, Bill. All right, and so there's this weird assumption that they've managed to kick out religion, and for some reason, so these humans have no religion, and everyone's getting along, and apparently they have no money. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, I'm gonna rip you a new one. And lastly, you have the Klingons, right? Who, yeah, albeit aggressive, are far more advanced, than the humans, and the Vulcans also insanely more advanced than the humans, right? Because they give humans warp drive. The Klingons give them or don't give them, but have this cloaking technology, right? So they're both way beyond the humans.
Right.
Both of them have major religions and mysticism, right? So what's that saying about the humans in Star Trek?
Right, like the death grip or whatever, right?
Oh, the Vulcan.
And the mind meld.
And the mind meld. Well, that's the big one, right? Like, brrr,
That's magic if I've ever seen it before. And also, like, what's the matter? Were you like wedgied and swirlied by imagination when you were a kid? That having magic in a story is somehow a downside?
Offensive? It's like, whoa, there's magic in
like
this.
he says it like he's disgusted by the fact that there's magic. As a Harry Potter fan, I find that unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable. Give me a book without magic and
You'll burn it.
Put it beside my toilet and use it in an emergency.
Nice. So,
Know what
again,
I'm saying? Talk about if I ever
and if
need
you're
to
so
know
disgusted
anything.
with magic, I don't know what you're going to do with all those Q episodes, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so this is it, Bill. Or Neil, if Bill's too scared, or if you both want to take me on at the same time, I'll do it. That's how sure I am I'm going to win this argument. I challenge you, or both of you, to an online debate. We can do it on Skype. We can do it on, I don't know, can you do Facebook Live with multiple people?
I have no idea.
You know what? If we can, we'll do that.
Or we'll do it in person.
We'll do it in person. You come down to our studio.
Or we'll come to you.
Or we'll come to you. Well, if you pay the flight, we'll come to you. Because we might be right, but we're still poorer than you.
Or we can all say we're going to debate Ken Ham, get him to fly us there, and then we'll just debate each other instead. And he'll be like, what's
hey,
on?
we'll do that too. Whatever. Ken Ham, if you want to pay for this, we're happy to take your money.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, someone's got to pay for this to make it happen because I'm willing to debate Bill Nye or Neil deGrasse Tyson or both. Daryle, are you going to be there?
Sure.
And if you're too scared to take us both on, only one of us will do it?
I won't argue with you because I don't know anything about it, but I'm actually a little shocked that Nathan knows so much about Star Trek, being the Star Wars fan that he is.
Well, you know what? Like,
You got to know the enemy. Is
well,
that
it's
it?
not even that. I don't mind Star Wars. I'm not all uppity like Bill.
You don't mind Star Trek?
I don't mind Star Trek. I think Star Wars is better.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I use them interchangeably. That's one of the problems that I have.
Okay.
It's probably why I haven't picked one because I'm
Right.
afraid to say it wrong once. All right, that's all I have to say.
Well, that's good because we've gone over our time limit. So that is our episode of The Hoard. You can let us know what you think about the new format. It's shorter, so therefore probably better.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Short is better.
Shorter's better, right, ladies? Anyways, moving on. Thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, leave some comments. Head over to dadsanddragons.com, check out some other stuff. Check out our other videos. We'll put some around somewhere. We're gonna head out this time with one package that you don't have to watch. Just gonna lay our links over top of it. But this is our good friend Lizzie freaking out about the thing that Nathan's gonna be freaking out next week in Face Your Fears. So thanks for watching. See you next week.
And remember, put as much pressure as you can on Bill Nye to debate me in a public forum.
And may the force be with you.